Hello and welcome to the class number 4 for the intermediate class, and I will be explaining on these two designs. Alright, so I will be explaining this thing today, which is the object properties. Let me just put it here and just leave it. Alright, so I will just increase this and zip. So whenever you draw any shape, alright, let's say I made this shape, alright. Hmm, let's just leave them here and let's work over here. Okay, so let's say I draw this shape, all right. So if I press T, you will see like the see, these white dots are the stitches. We all know that, and I will just make the background color as black so I can work on the white things. All right, so these dots are the stitches, we all know. So let's go to the fills. All right, we will start from the fill and let's make it a little bit smaller. I think it is too big actually, so this should be fine. All right, so let's start from the spacing is the gap between the stitches. So if I increase it, all right, so you will see the gap changes, and if I decrease it, it will get tighter and tighter every time. All right, so I mean, never do more than 0.358. So never do lower than the 35, and I mean the maximum you can go is 0.70. It is pretty fine for the, I mean, the colors which are very low. You can do this, and yeah, that's it for the spacing. And this length, I mean, if I increase it, you will see the stitches length increases. See, one stitch here, then here. But if I decrease it, again, the stitches will increase, as you can see. You know that now. Okay, minimum length, I mean, it depends. Like, I never use that, so it depends on how are you using it. I mean, it will become a satin stitch if you increase the length too much. So that's simple, right? So offsets, leave it as it is. Leave the partition line as, I mean, yeah, partition I want to tell you. So you can, with the partition line, you can change the sequence of stitches to anything. Like if I do 64, I mean, you can see this is kind of something that you should know. I mean, why not? I mean, it is a kind of very nice thing. Like if you even you add any number, it will give you different pattern on each number. Thus, if the sequence is 1, then wait. So if the sequence is 1, it will give you the default pattern. Why it is not working? I'm kind of confused, I think. Yeah, I think one was already selected because I think there is a number of sequence which is the maximum. All right, so there are many things. Okay. Mm. You can adjust the angle of the stitches, or you can just press H, and from here you can adjust the angle. Okay, like this, however you want. You can select the sequence. I mean, I don't know much about sequence, so it is what it is. So yeah, I don't know actually. So I will just make a new shape and see how this works this time. Okay. Okay, I got it. So for the sequence, the adding a zero is mandatory if you are doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So if I am doing 22, it will give me like this. If I am doing 34, give me like this. And if I press D, I will show you this. Okay, it's like this. And if I do 55, it changes. 56 changes again. So there are different kind of pattern you will understand when you try them. So these are the partition line and the sequence thing. Okay, so simple. I mostly use the offset fraction because I think I like it pretty much more than anything. So I mean, I rarely use the sequence, so it is what it is, right? Yeah, or you can also this. I don't know what this random is, but let's give it a test. Okay, random does the random stitches. I mean, if you are doing 100% random, so I mean, it will leave some gaps between that. So I never used it. And the back stitch, yeah, it is the back stitches. There are three type of back stitch. So one, this doesn't have any border, and this one has a border. It is called a bordered back stitch, and this is diagonal back stitch. So I use this and I use this mostly. So hope you understand till here, and let's move on to the new thing, which is I think let's go to the outlines. Let's go to outline. I mean, outline will not work until you take from here. Okay, so this is the outline now, and I can change it into semi stitch, back stitch. Okay, like this. It is run. I will change it into string. I can change it to program split. I mean, there are many things you can try here. So I mean, sequence run. It is for the you know button stuff. So I never used these things. So what it is. I mean, these are the outlines, all right. So underlay. Let's move on to the underlay. Underlay. So first underlay, if I do, I mean, I mostly turn off the underlay and I don't use it until I need it. So I will turn on the underlay, and you can see it is a double tatami underlay, which is kind of blocks. If I reduce it into tatami, it will be kind of different again. And if I do it into edge run, it will just run on the edge, and on the zigzag, it will do the zigzag thing. So simple as that. Second underlayer, if you want, second underlay, if you want to add, you can add. Else, just leave it. This is the underlay, all right. And let's move on to the special. Special, it is simple, right? I mean, complex fill. The shape name is complex fill. Okay. I mean, I don't know how what is overlap or what is angle. So, I mean, I know about the angle, but I don't know about the overlap. So just leave the special. I never use it. I mean, it is not useful until it is really needed. I never use the bling run also. I think it is for some special things. So sorry for that again. And blink fills again, not my thing. So last is pull compensation and character. So let's work on the pull compensation. Okay, so compensation. If I turn it off, alright, you can see my stitches are on the, I mean, the line that I draw. I mean, if I do this, like again, I will take a complex fill. Okay, again, okay. So as you can see here, this is my line, all right. The line that I had drawn here, it was this, and with the pull compensation, turn on and set to 0.25, it increased the 0.25 millimeter length, exceeding the, I mean, exceeding the length that I draw, because while using the tatami stitch, it will usually happen. But if you are using the satin stitch, let's say, if you are using the satin stitch, satin fill, all right. So it is still outside, but I will never do that because satin stitch mostly remain on the line that I draw. So I will just maximum do it till like 16 or 18. 18 is pretty good and 16 is also very nice. I mean, you don't have to increase more than that until you need it. So that's full compensation, and I hope you understand it. And yeah, auto split. Mm, I mean, it is the satin setting, right? I was teaching the tatami. I mean, if you see on the fill, not the fill. If you go to my bad again. So we are going to fill. Okay, so you will see the settings here and the settings here. There is a difference of the tatami and the satin. Satin doesn't have a pattern thing, partition line, and it doesn't have these backstitch stuff. But satin has this auto split. So if I turn it on and increase the size, you will see now that it is started breaking inside and it will do stitches on stitches. So that's how the satin works actually. So hope you understand here. And I can also increase or decrease the length of the auto split if I want. If I'm increasing to 7 9, so it will like stitch like this first, then like this. So it is auto split. You can play with how you long, however you want. If you can see these dots, these mean it will not work because it is Saturn, right? It is not tatami. So that's it for the fills in the tatami. And yeah, again I explained this full compensation. And for the connectors, it is pretty simple. If you have made one object and you want to connect it to the next one, you can click run. Okay. Oh man, this is the second object actually. So if I am drawing the next object, so if you will see it connected with this. But if I select this one and click run, you can see it connected with this, and wherever I want it will still be connected until I click the jump, and then it will be removed. Hope you understand till here. And I mean trim after. I mean it's like if the next connector is like, let's say mm, it is run. I mean it is jump like or run. So I mean we can select these settings. How do we like? It is, yeah. I mean my bad. If it is on jump, alright. Let's say this is on jump. Okay. So this means like if it is closer to it, it will auto. I mean you can see it will auto run mm, like let's say I am increasing it to 10. So till the 10 millimeter, it will be connected with it, and after the 10, it will be disconnected. So connected and disconnected. You can use if you like. I mean, if you are working on something and you want like that after the 10 millimeter or the 7 millimeter, it should not connect. Okay, so it will work like that. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. And yeah, one last thing also. I will go to effects, and these effects I don't rarely use it. So if I click on the radial effect, you will see it will make a hole inside it, and you can also move it here. So it will be like this, a curved stitch. But if you move too much, so it will be just like that. I mean, the stitches will follow the circle wherever it goes. Okay, the stitches will always follow the circle wherever it goes. So pretty simple radial, right? If you click Florentine, then you will see something like this. And you can also increase, I mean like, you can like add one more dot by right clicking, and as you can see, oops, when you like actually like, if you do too much, it will just reset by on its own. I mean it has its limit, right? So yeah, it is what it is. Like you can increase, I mean, you can control the stitches pattern with the Florentine effect, or you can just use the liquid effect. Liquid effects work like this. Again, it is kind of very interesting thing. I don't use it, but it is kind of interesting. You can do many things with this liquid effect. So like it is breaking apart from here. So again, I don't use it. So there's no use. I mean, decorative jagged edge. yeah, it is kind of also fun to use. Like if I go to the jagged edge, so it will jag from one side, or maybe I can do both if I want. And I can do increase the roughness also. I can increase the range or decrease the range however I like. And it is what it is, right? So flexi split, never used it. Again, leave it. Okay, flexi split, I got it. So flexi split is like something like this. I mean, it has the pattern inside it, so it will make like the diamond pattern. All right, so I will increase it because I think diamond. Yeah, see, you can see this is the diamond pattern, and there are many kind of pattern. As you can see here, it will always be different. Like this leaf, if I go with this, so these will be the leaf drawn on the, because it will have some extra stitches here. So when this will be drawn, it will be like this leaves, and simple as that. Flexi split, I mean, like accordion, like you can increase or decrease the, you can say, the amount of stitches if you are doing a fading color. So this helps by doing the fading colors, or you know how this works. So this is done. Accordion done. Flexi split, decorative, auto jump. Auto jump, I don't use it. Leave it. Smart corners, leave it again. Shortening, just leave other things for now. And these are the things that I will explain with the time on my advanced classes. And yeah, this video is getting pretty long, and as I told you, this is the main thing when we are learning the embroidery, because object properties is very complicated thing, and you will understand it with time. And if you understand something, keep practicing it. And thank you for watching again. Make sure to like and subscribe. Have a good day. Bye bye.